Hello, everyone. Your favorite fabulous fairy here. Well, I wanted to say better late than never. Last night, I stayed up till almost 3 in the morning playing Sing Star with my roommates. It was my roommate's first night off. In over a month, she works at Farnesi's, and Farnesi's is a restaurant here in Madera, California that is actually going to go out of business after, I don't even know, several decades of being on there. Hey, Anna. So it's a really cool restaurant. The guy wants to retire. He's worked it literally his whole life. He's like 90-something, 80-something, 90-something. He wants to retire. And so she has not had a day off in over a month. She has been working straight. And they finally said, okay, well, we only have 7 days to go, but you have been working for like 17 days straight, so let's give you 1 day off. And last night she begged me around 10 o'clock I was going to go to bed, and she's like, play Sing Star with me, it's my night off. And I was like, well, you haven't had a night off in a really long time. And I haven't played Sing Star in a really long time, and I really enjoy singing. So, we ended up playing till like really, really late at night. So I slept in. My alarm went off at like 7 this morning. I hit snooze. I didn't wake up. It is what it is. But I didn't want to just skip out on Twin Flame Union Path and not come live. I figured better late than never. A lot of people only watch the replay anyways, so the few of you who watch it when it's live, I didn't think would be too upset as long as there was a replay later. So that's why we're here now. Hello to everybody who's joined me. Looks like we got Priya and Anna here. Okay, so my friend Meg gave me this really cute little book. I don't know if you're watching, Meg, but my Megalicious gave me this. And it was just a little blank book, and I've been using it for my herbs notes. So I have so many books, so many big books that I have just written so much stuff about herbs, stuff about dreams, stuff about twin flames and life and questions. Sorry, my Bijou's over there trying to get comfortable on the pillow. I had her on my bed. She kept wiggling the thing. I was like, you gotta get down, Bijou. She's looking at me all mad. Yeah, you mad, Mamba do. She's like, I'm over here on the ground. Why am I over here on the ground? At least you have a pillow to sit on. Okay, so anyways, my friend May gave me this book. I really liked it, and I decided I'm going to rewrite my herbs. Now, if you're not somebody who's really familiar with your herbs, then it's really good to continue to write them down and continue to remind yourself what the properties are for. For me, writing it down really helps, and every time I do, I log a good 50% of what I write down in my brain for permanent, so I don't ever have to look at it again. But getting to do it over and over, hi Jacqueline, it really does help me. So this time when I wrote it down, instead of writing every detail on every line and everything, I'm just writing basically, I mean, this isn't a good example. Where's one where I have it all the way filled out? Okay, so Angelica Root. This is a pretty good example. So I have all of the important information about Angelica Root that's like extreme important information on here. By the way, if you're not familiar with a Book of Shadows, this could be considered a Book of Shadows. This could be considered a grimoire. Pretty much anything that is your magical works and dealings that you're writing down. Now, this could be information that you've gotten passed down through the ages, information that you've looked up yourself. This could be, it's supposed to contain also your own spells and things that you have tried. But a good way to start off is just by putting the basics and what's true in there. So for Angelica Root, we have the element of fire. The planet is the sun. The deity is the angel Michael and Venus. Okay. I should have also had, is it masculine or feminine? But I obviously wasn't able to find that information just real quick. And I'm going to go through each one of these and have them completely filled out for myself eventually. But because information is kind of scattered on some of these, and some of it seems to kind of go back and forth on one another, until I get it down exactly this is what it is, I'm not going to write it in my book because I don't want to get the wrong information for myself and then the herb not work right for me when I'm telling it, do this in the name of this, you know, and then it's not doing it. There could be a reason. So you want to make sure your information is pretty correct. Might want to cross-reference. As an example, I have written, it's also called Holy Ghost Root up in the top corner. So if I can't find it by Angelica Root, say I'm in a Botanica and I can't find Angelica Root, but I find Holy Ghost Root, now I know that's the same thing. Good for protection, hex breaking, blessings, woman's defense, Amulets, talismans, good when gambling, when burned, used in ritual baths, exorcism, very good when for curse removal, protection from baneful magic, incense, home protection, cement, relationships, drawing friends, leaves a high sugar content, or has a high sugar content, and may be used fresh or dry. So you can use this as a food. So it has high sugar content, but if you've got diabetes, be careful. Maybe use fresh or dry. To gain popularity, to gain companions, for returning a lost love, longevity, health, and to spread through your home for protection. Bijou, you gotta lay down. You want it in here. Now you gotta be in here. Bijou B. Lay down. This was your choice. She's yelling at me outside the door. Let me in, let me in. And then she can't be on the bed now. She wants out. Okay. I have a little note right here, and anything that you find out, you should always write the precautions, okay? Because you might not be pregnant. Maybe you're way past the age of becoming pregnant, and you've had your children, and you don't have to worry about that. However, what happens if somebody that you love comes to you with something, and you're like, oh, Angelica Root, and they're, carrying or something like that, and you don't think about those things. So whenever you find a caution, make sure you're putting it at the bottom. So do not use while pregnant, and use with caution with diabetics. Why? Because it says right here it's high sugar content. So if you're making a potion or something for somebody to drink, you're going to want to make sure, A, they're not allergic to it, B, are they diabetic, have they taken their insulin or whatever, and then, limit the amount you give them, because you're not going to want to throw them over the edge. So this is my little book. You're like, you were going to talk about dreams. This doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, it does. Totally it does. I'm going to be making dream pillows. And what a dream pillow is for is several things. You can have a dream pillow. Usually they're little tiny sachets. They can be, different sizes. Pardon me. My lungs are just all beeped up this morning. They usually they're either for falling asleep and staying asleep. So you want no dreams, you can use a dream pillow. If you want really, really vivid dreams, like really fun vivid dreams, a certain mixture of herbs would create that. If you would like to have peaceful dreams, where they're really nice dreams, but there's nothing scary going on, you can do that. If you would like prophetic dreams, dreams that are going to tell you about the future, sometimes those are kind of scary, I'm going to let you know. I've woken up crying and screaming more than one occasion, and when they come true, you end up crying and screaming all the same, because now you realize that it really was a prophetic dream, and it wasn't just something kind of crazy you're hoping to avoid later on in life. But I can make those. Some people already have prophetic dreams, but they need to be able to remember them. There are things we can do for that. Some people would like to have more lucid dreams, where they're in control of what their dream is. I am actually a very lucid dreamer. I'm pretty much every night I go into a different world. I have this weird almost map that I can go to, and I can find people. I can do pretty much what I want there. Sometimes things happen that I can't control. For example, one time I had an alien, spaceship show up in my dream. I was like, what the hell are you doing in my dream? And in my dream, I knew I was in a dream too. I was like, what are you doing in my dream, alien, And that's a whole nother story. But, anyways, so if you want to get the most out of your spiritual life, we spend a good half of our life asleep, okay? And so if you're thinking about this in terms of progress, what are you doing? Are you getting anywhere while you're asleep? Are you learning anything? Are pieces of information that could help you in your waking being told to you, but you're not retaining them? You're not holding on to them for whatever reason? Those are my questions, and these are my answers. I'm going to go down a list of herbs that is good for dream pillows. So if you would like to make your own dream pillow, you totally can. Like I said, I will be making dream pillows, and basically all you have to do is tell me, what it is that you would like your end result to be, and I will create your pillow for you from scratch. They're going to be about $20 a pillow. I might be able to do some small, little tiny ones for 10 or 15. But, for a nice size under your neck dream pillow, I'm going to do $20, and they're anything that you want, any kind of dream that you want. If it's something like just a lavender pillow, I might be able to go down on the price on that, because I grow my own lavender, I grow my own rosemary, things like that. But things that need some of my crazier herbs in them, they have to stay with the price they are just because of the price of the herbs. I'm going to be mixing all of my herbs and setting their intentions and setting them out for this full moon. So the pillows should be ready by next month. But I'm going to make sure that I do it all right. I'm going to take my time with it. I'm going to have fun with it, most of all, because you got to have fun when you're doing your own magic. If you don't, then you're not doing it right. Okay, so a list for anybody watching. Passion flower, good for dreams. Okay, all these, I'm just going to go down the list of them, and then we can talk about what they're good for later. Passion flower, rosemary, thyme, anise seed, Calendia, I'm not even sure what that is. Let's see, Calendula. You guys figure that one out. I am dyslexic. I'm not going to spend my time. Okay. Balsam fir, catnip, chamomile, cinnamon, clove, hops, jasmine, lavender, leather, lemon balm, lemon verbena, lilac, sweet marjoram, mimosa flowers, mint, mugwort, passion flower, and rose are the most common things that you're going to find in there. Okay. So, one thing that's kind of confusing is that a lot of these can do a lot of different things. For example, mugwort is going to give you prophetic dreams. Okay, it's going to give you prophetic dreams, but then it can also give you peaceful dreams. But that's kind of a contradiction because prophetic dreams are almost never peaceful. So, you want to be very, very careful when you're combining your own ingredients. It says here for pleasant dreams, I have written down a cup of mugwort, a half a cup of rose petals, a half a cup of chamomile, a half a cup of lavender, a third a cup of catnip, 2 tablespoons of mint. Okay? But like I said, that is kind of a contradiction because if you want a pillow that's going to give you, promoting dreams, promoting prophetic dreams and things, catnip, chamomile, clove, hops, lavender, lemon verbena, mugwort, peppermint, spearmint, rose, and rosemary. I will say this, if you're somebody who you just want to go to sleep and you don't want to have any prophetic dreams, what you're going to want to do is chamomile, a little bit of lavender, and I would stick to that for now. A little bit of lavender, I don't even know what I just said right now. A little bit of lavender, a little bit of chamomile, and mix those up and see if that works out. If you're trying to get dreams where you remember your dreams, you want to be able to remember your dreams, rosemary across the board. Rosemary helps you remember, okay? If you're looking for a very deep, dreamless sleep, I would try mixing lavender and vetiver and the chamomile. You're probably not going to wake up. I mean, you'll wake up the next day, but you're not going to be like in your dream going, oh, I'm in my dream now. It's just going to be like you're out to the world, okay? If you're looking for something that's going to help promote dreams of the person that you love, like say, okay, now this could go one or two ways because our mind and our subconscious, they like to screw with us a little bit, and not always the person that we're seeing in our dreams is actually the person it's representing. Like, for example, you're almost never yourself, and your friends might have the head of one friend, but they talk like somebody else, or their actions are like somebody else. So, to really get your most out of it, when you go to sleep at night, I would crunch your pillow, because you're always going to crunch your pillow before you go to sleep to activate it, right? To get those little oils, kind of livened up and, get the scents releasing and whatnot. So you're going to crunch up your pillow. And as you're doing so, you would think something along the lines of, thank you for showing me all the ways to love myself and all the best ways to attract the right kind of love to me, right? Because we're going to be attracting love from all over, but is it going to be the right kind of love? Some people are going to love us and they're like, they take like, I'm gonna love you forever. You're gonna learn to love me. You're gonna learn to love me. You don't want that, right? You want somebody who's like, oh my God, my love, you're my everything. Let me kiss your hand, So we're attracting all sorts of love. Let's make sure we're attracting the right kind of love and that we're, able to recognize it for what it is. And we're able to reciprocate it if that's what we feel like doing. So for that, I would say things like a little bit of lavender again, a little bit of catnip, when I use catnip, I always say, bring whatever to me like a cat to catnip. So bring my true love to me like a cat to catnip. Thank you, Rosemary, for helping me to remember my dreams. Thank you, Jasmine, for, pulling in my goddess energy, pulling in the Venus energy, pulling in all that love. Thank you, Power of Rose Petals. That's the highest love vibration that you could ever come across, right? Is rose. Even if it's not your favorite flower, that's what we're going for. So, put some rose petals in there and be like, thank you so much for this vibration of love and letting me pull it in my dreams, allowing me to know how to use it, allowing me to be able to recognize it when I'm out and about in public, And so that's like what I would do with that. Okay, so why are your dreams really, really important? Your dreams are really important for several reasons. Our subconscious is trying to speak to us, and it can freely speak to us when we're asleep. Our higher self can connect with God, it can connect with the universe, it can connect with our ancestors, and they can help us. They can teach us everything that we need to know about ourselves that we don't know how to ask the question. And there's many of us that we would gladly listen if we knew the questions to ask, and we don't. So, this is a way that we can be really good students and really good ancestors and just really listen to what the spirits have to tell us by paying attention to what happens in our dreams. If you're somebody who's like, oh, I toss and turn all night and I dream every night, but I don't get anywhere. They're always really stressful dreams, or they're always, maybe I feel like they're kind of prophetic, but it's nothing I can do about it. Whenever I ask for a premonition on something, I used to be one of those people who would say, let me know everything. And let me tell you, careful what you freaking wish for, because I did know everything. I knew everything about everybody that I walked by. All the good, all the bad. Everything you would never want to know, and then some things that you did, and it was really, really horrible. And I had done this magic on my birthday a couple years ago with this big old skull candle, and these were the intentions I was putting in it, and I fed it with all kinds of dragon's blood and all kinds of cool stuff, and just, my love did one too, and it really, really worked. And I was having the most worst headaches all the time. I already was having headaches, but they were like amplified, and everybody was saying that was because I was ascending, and all this kind of stuff, and it was really a lot, and I wasn't getting what I was hoping to get out of it when I had set my intentions. My intentions were that if I knew everything, I could help everybody. But the problem is this: if you know everything, you can't even help yourself, okay? You really can't. Because I couldn't focus in on what it was that I could actually do to make a difference. So I've since tailored my thoughts towards, okay, let me know only what I can help others with. So if there is something that I can do that can help somebody, if there's something I can know about you that can help you, let me know it. If there's something that I can do to change your life for the better, let me know. If there's something I can learn to change my life for the better, let me know it. And let me know nothing else, okay? And it's not that I want to be an idiot, and you got to be careful how you word that too. I didn't actually say let me know nothing else. I worded it better. But be careful on what you say, because the spirits are always listening. So now, when I meet somebody, I get a little knock on my front door, and it says, hello, I'm information. And I'm like, are you information I can use? Well, yes, I am. Can this information be used to help them? Well, yes, it can. And then I'm like, okay. And I pass the information on. Bonjour, Sylvia. So then, if it's the opposite, and you're like, oh, I just let it all in, well, then you're gonna hear some things. Hey, Steven. You're gonna hear some things that you can't control, things that you can't help, things that you can't help other people with. And that's a bummer, right? Because we want to be able to help people. We want to be able to use our dreams and our thoughts to manifest good things in our life. But if we're not able to weed out the noise from what's actually usable information, you're going to have a problem with that. So what I would do with that, if I really, really, really wanted to be able to remember my dreams, and I wanted to be a little bit more in control of them, I would go the mugwort, I would go rosemary, I would do a kind of heavy amount of lavender, because the thing about lavender is, a little bit of lavender will make you sleepy, a lot of lavender will open you up psychically. So I would do a lot of lavender. The rosemary, like a lot of rosemary. I would put the catnip in there. I would do the mugwort. I would do a little bit of marjoram. Maybe a little bit of peppermint, because peppermint also helps you to remember. And it activates your brain and wakes you up in those ways. So peppermint or spearmint. And I would make myself a little mix with that. Because it is important. It's important to retain the information given to us from our higher selves. We could sit here and pray all day. Please let my spirit guides contact me. And then they are. Every single night. in your dreams, but you're not retaining the information. Well, then what good is it that they came to you? You know, and you might not be on the spiritual level that they can contact you in the waking. Or maybe they are trying to give you little pieces of advice throughout the day, but you're not open to listen. So learning to listen through your dreams and then letting that carry over into your waking life is an amazing gift, and it is something that you can develop. So if it's something that you're like, oh, I've never had a prophetic dream. I've never had a dream where I knew I was dreaming. I never had a dream where I could control what I was doing. Don't worry about it. It's a building thing. I've been doing this since I was a child, okay? I have been astro projecting and doing all sorts of things ever since I could learn to walk in regular life, you know? So, and probably before. So don't take where I am as where you are going to be or where your level starts. All of our levels are at different places, but we can all stretch them and grow them. Our brain is the muscle. If we use it, it'll work for us. Okay. So that is that. I do some dream work. If you wanted some help with your dreams, going over what happened, you know, what is this meaning? What is this about? I'm more than willing to do that. If you would like to have a mix made for you of the dream herbs and you create your own pillow, I can do that. If you would like a pillow straight up created for you with your intentions that you would like, I can do that. Pretty much that's it on that. I wanted to go ahead and pull some cards for you. I'm going to do Sacred Journey today. We'll see how many. I don't know how many yet. We'll see what it wants. But yeah, it's very important that we listen to our dreams, our higher self. It's very important that we tap into that. We do spend half of our life asleep. So, I mean, let's put that into some use. It's not just for replenishing our body, but replenishing our soul and our mind as well. A lot of us don't have any connection, well, and you guys know I'm in union, but I'm saying a lot of people don't have a connection with their twin flame beyond the dream world right now. They see them in their dreams. They have a 5D connection, but they do not have a 3D connection. They do not have an in-person connection with their twin. So for a lot of people, their dreams is the only way that they can even connect with them. And that is both scary and sad and sweet all at the same time. But it would be to the benefit of the people who that's where they are in life, to really pay attention and pick up on their dreams, because in your dreams, your twin will be telling you the things that you both need to do so that you guys can be together. They're going to be giving you those little tips and symbols and little tricks that they want you to do in this life. Hey, you know, before we came here, you always said that you would act like this, do that, be this kind of a person. Now you're not doing that. How can I find you? And they're going to be calling you out on your shit. So listen. Hey, Snacks and Corey, how you doing? I'm talking about dreams. If you go from the beginning, I talk about dream pillows, why it's important to kind of harness your dreams and control your dreams and listen to your dreams and how we can do that. So another thing that we can do is get yourself a big old piece of amethyst crystal and sleep next to your amethyst crystal. It promotes healthy dreams and nice dreams, things like that. If you're somebody who suffers from night terrors, I'd get yourself a big old piece of selenite crystal. Now, selenite crystal will dissolve in water, so if you're a heavy sweater, sit it on its own little towel or something next to you so that you don't dissolve it away in the middle of the night. If I ever have a dream that I actually fell into the water that I dream about, I always wake up soaking wet from head to toe. Not pee, sweat, I'm sure, but it's wet from head to toe. So that's why I say that. But a selenite crystal would definitely help. If you're somebody who you can't even get to the point where you're comfortable in bed because things are bugging you, things are getting on your bed, maybe you're having some succubus problems, which I actually suffered from succubus problems for years in my own life, you're going to want to take a piece of rosemary and put it at the foot of your bed as well as the head of your bed. You're just going to put it underneath your covers, and that's going to literally make a barrier that nothing can get you. If you feel that you need to put it on the sides of your bed as well, you totally can, but it's not necessary. Alrighty then. Where is our message for people today? I'm gonna be looking back at all my videos and it's gonna be like through. I'm like, oh my god, I had the black lung hard. It's okay. Alright, what is our message for people today? That was almost it. Pretty much And then what happened? And then this happened. Okay, so this is where we're at. We'll see. I guess I'll do 7. Who cares? 7 is my normal card. If you want a card reading, a full spread is 7 cards, okay? If it's a personal reading, I'm only looking at you. If it's a twin flame reading, I'm looking at you and the other person within those 7 cards. I do offer a 14 card reading. It's expensive. I'm not sure how expensive anymore because it's been a minute, but it's up there, okay? It's because it takes like 2 hours. But you won't have, I mean, you never have any questions at the end of my readings. Ask anybody who's had a reading with me. That's how it goes. And make sure that all your questions are taken care of before we leave. However, if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, really look into your twin flame's whole entire life, look into your whole entire life, that's where that reading is at. And it's why it's expensive. It's worth it though. I do suggest anybody who gets that either does a recording or something like that because it's a lot of information. Hunter. Hello, Hunter. Okay, so first of our 7 cards today, and this is going to be for the week coming up, alright? It's going to be goals. Allow your goals to emerge through the 13 moons. Now, for a lot of us, we're already kind of had started 1 or 2 of these goals, meaning that we've taken a first initial step towards it, and then we just kind of let it go. We're like, well, we didn't see the progress that we wanted to within the 1 week, within the 1 month, whatever, within the 2 days that we tried. It's like getting a gym membership. Oh, I'm not losing any weight. How many times have you gone to the gym? I haven't. Well, shit. Maybe you're not going to lose any weight because you're not going to the gym. It's the same exact thing. Allowing your goals to emerge through the 13 moons. So there's actually 13 moons in the calendar year. Okay? There's 12 seasons now, right? But there's 13 moons. This is asking us to take it day by day, week by week, month by month. Not to procrastinate, not to just wait before we get going, but to slowly and steadily work on our goals. This symbol right here, the little bear paw, it's telling me this. You're ferocious when you get on something. When you decide that you want to have something done, you're like, ah, and you claw at it and you just go full force. However, if you do not see the progress that you were expecting to see within a very short amount of time, within a week, within 2 weeks, you give up. You're like, oh, fuck it. I'm done, you know? Screw this. I'm going back to drinking or whatever it is, you know, whatever it is. You give it up really, really quickly. And the reason is because you're expecting a quick result for something that is a long-term goal, okay? And to truly get the most out of this, we need to be taking it step by step, day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour, and really just enjoying the process. You know, if you can work on it a little bit at a time, you will get to where you want to get to within the calendar year. You will be surpassed where you thought you could be within the calendar year. And I myself have pulled this card for myself on my business. And I will tell you, it was a very disheartening card to pull for myself because I am one of these bear people. I like to seriously attack something, go full force at it, and I'd like to think that that brings me my progress quickly. However, I could never be more farther from the truth. When I am diligent, and I slowly and steadily take actions towards something, it's a much better project at the end of the day. I'm so happy with my progress and what I've done. Versus when I try to rush through and get something done quickly, it's a mess of it. So, allow your goals to emerge through the 13 moons. Do not become a procrastinator, but also don't think that rushing is going to get you to the end. It won't, okay? Our path is wisdom. Seek knowledge, embrace humility, and cultivate wisdom. So, as you see this little path right here, the path to knowledge, it brightens up at the end. Almost looks like you're looking down the barrel of a gun, though, because it's like knowledge can be very powerful. It can hurt or it can help. If you're embracing humility, meaning that you admit that you don't know everything, that you're willing to learn from someone else, knowledge is a very powerful tool because now you've opened up to gain everybody else's knowledge around you. When you ask a question, how is this, possible, or what do I do in this situation? Even if you don't take the other person's advice, you're now opened up to their wealth of knowledge. When we are somebody who believes that we have all of the answers, including myself, all wrapped up in a nice little ball, I study all the time. There's no way I think I have all the answers. I will never be done studying. I will never be done learning. And that's kind of the way we have to embrace. Because if we think that we own all the wisdom, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Now we're not opening up to learn from others. Other people won't offer the information because they don't want to interrupt us. They don't want to upset us with thinking that we don't know everything. Speaking of upsetting people, Bijou, can you stop licking your foot? Thank you. God, she drives me nuts. Alright, I love my Bijou beat, but boy. Alright, So let wisdom be your creative guidance and not be your holdback. Okay? Essence past, our present right now is joy. In joy, celebrate this gift of life. So this is considered a twin flame card, a soulmate, or a twin flame union card. As you see, the two people are pulling up together. They're joined under the same moon. They're in love together. They're growing together. How do we get there? If you're somebody and you're like, I am with my relationship right now and it's not going so good, what do I do? Well, you got to remember, don't look for them to give you what you need. Give yourself what you need first. When you're filling your cup all the way up to the top and it's overflowed, blah, blah, how do you say that? If it's extra out of the cup, then you're doing what you can do to make yourself happy. And they can become happy too because they are doing what they need to become happy. And now anything you give each other is extra. And that extra is the cherry on top of the cake. That's what really makes life worth living, because you're not looking for, oh, I'm sad, I wish they'd notice, I wish they'd take me out to eat, I wish they'd do whatever. No, give yourself what you need, speak up, closed mouths don't get fed, and you're going to notice that you become a happier person, and so do they, because the guesswork is gone. They don't have to try to read your mind. And let me tell you, being somebody who can read your mind, alright, we don't like to every effing moment of every effing day. I can, doesn't mean I want to. And then I sometimes, as somebody who can read everybody's mind, sometimes I clam up and I don't say what it is that I truly am thinking or feeling. Why? Because I assume they know. But then they have to realize the people around me, as much as they love me, as much as we do have some sort of telepathic connection, they're not as highly sensitive to that as I am. So for me to assume that they just know what I'm thinking is really fucked up and cruel. It really is. Because they're not going to be able to figure it out. And even if they get a lucky shot every now and then, it's really putting it on me that, okay, now these people are struggling and trying to make me happy, but can they? Can they truly? If I'm not telling them what it is that I really want and need in life? Of course not. So enjoy, celebrate this gift of life by giving what you need to yourself. And by also telling the people you love what it is that they can do, and also going out of your way to do something for them, okay? Joy is definitely a two-way street. The more you realize the joy that you have in your life, the more joy comes into your life, okay? Essence, past, present. Our future is surrender. Surrender is the greatest act of faith and trust. So for a lot of us, right now is the time to let go. You want your twin to come to you. You have been really, in your mind, trying to focus on the fact that you're not pushing everything away and that you're not trying to focus in on them, but you're just letting everything in life kind of do what it's supposed to do, right? If that was true, surrender wouldn't be coming up, okay? Surrendering is truly saying, I know, like I know, like I know, they love me and they're coming to me. I know, like I know, like I know, the key lies within myself. I know, like I know, like I know, if I love them and I let them go, if it's meant to be, they will come back to me, and they will. And they're going to come back better, stronger, faster, all that good stuff, okay? But you have to surrender and trust that your journey will bring you guys together. And you have to trust that if it doesn't, that the person that they do bring in your life is going to be the person for you. And a lot of people don't want to even flirt with that idea, that the person that they think is their twin flame is not their twin flame. Heaven forbid that they were wrong. And I understand that. But I'm telling you, as somebody who thought I was in with the person I was going to marry, not once, not twice, but 3 frickin' times in my life, nothing even comes close to how I feel with Robbie. Nothing comes close, okay? It is the movie moment. And I know you guys are like, there's no way it's like that. No, it totally is, okay? We are the movie moment. And I know it can happen. And I used to hate romance movies because I thought, this is BS. Nobody loves each other that much. They used to piss me off, make me sad, the whole 9 yards. And now I understand them, and now I get it, because I've found my love, and it is like that. And we do have that respect for each other, and we do go out of our way to really be there for one another, and to really propel the other person forward. He never holds me back. I never hold him back. We always are like, well, this is your goal in life? We're doing it then. We're doing it. We're very supportive. But I had to surrender at one point in time when we were not together, because we did go through a separation, and I had to say, okay, I can't sit here and obsess over this man. I have to obsess over me. I have to surrender to the universe, that the universe will bring him to me if I do the work for myself that I need to do. So that's what I focused on, and that's what I did, and that's what I'm asking you to do, okay? Surrender. It is so hard to let go and to say, okay, I want this person, but they're not in my life right now, but that's okay. I'm going to, surrender to the fact that they're coming to me, okay? It's so difficult. But I'm serious. It's the key to everything. When you let them go, they come flying at you. Okay, essence, past, present, future. Your blessing is connection. Recognize that we were all connected and related. So see what I told you? All right, we're all connected. Your twin flame will come back to you. But this card is about more than that. This is about the people that we are connected to on the daily level. This is our friends and our extended family as well as our born into family. If all of these people don't have our back, we're only as good as our weakest link, right? We're only as good as the worst part of us. Our connection to people who hold us back and to bring us down has to stop. Okay, so if you live in a household that's got people that are really negative all the time, you need to be up on your aura sprays, you need to be taking some ritual baths, you need to be carrying some protective stones on you, lighting some incense or some Palo Santo, having some Florida water at the very least. At the very least, some Florida water. Seriously, let's protect our auras. And if you can't break that connection is what I'm saying. But if you can, and you can get away from the people who are nasty to you, and you can realize that there are people who are good and have your back that you are also connected to, that you need to focus on being with those people, all of a sudden life opens up. Okay? So look at our connections. Look, why are we keeping this guy for the last 10 years as our friend? They steal, they stink, they drink, they always get me into trouble, they whatever. Why am I friends with this person? Cut them on out. Oh, because if I'm not friends with them, nobody else will be. No, that's not true. That's not true. There are so many people on that vibration, they will gladly sneak into another little crack and crevice and somebody will pick them up as a friend. And that's the thing that we have to think about with our twin flames and all of these people that are in our life, our soulmates, everything. If you're like, oh, nobody will love them if I don't, and that's what's holding you there, you're really just kidding yourself, because the world is filled with people and they're all on different vibrational levels, and you guarantee there's going to be one that fits theirs. Okay, so realize who you are connected to and try to kind of weed out the negative people and keep your connection positive if at all possible. Essence, past, present, future. Blessing, possibilities and unexpected gifts. Detachment. Release attachment and inflexibility. So the best thing you could do for yourself right now would be to detach. Detach from negative people, detach from any ideas holding you down, and detach from your twin flame for a while. And what I mean by that is not meaning you have to cut them off or this or that, but if they're constantly popping in your head and you have seen no progress from them, it's time to really zero in and focus on yourself. I know it sounds hard. It's definitely possible. This is detaching from all sorts of things. Like, okay, this is the thing. I tell you to say, thank you for my true twin and my perfect partner. No matter who you think your twin is. No matter if you're 110% sure that your twin is your twin. I ask you, detach from that idea and say, thank you for my true twin and my perfect partner. Why? Well, what if you were wrong? What if a fraction of a hair of a second tells you that you're wrong? You know, and it was the smallest little possibility, but you were wrong. And you end up getting what you wanted, which was with your twin, but they aren't what you thought they would be. They aren't romantic, they aren't nice to you, they cheat on you, they steal, maybe they're an alcoholic, maybe they do cocaine or some other drug that you didn't know that they did, maybe they're a womanizer, maybe they're a wife beater. And then you come to me crying and you say, Shayna, what's wrong? I wanted my twin flame, I got with my twin flame, and they weren't anything like I wanted. They were horrible to me. We didn't click on anything. Well then, honey, it wasn't your twin flame. The universe will give you what you want. Are we back? Sorry, I went black for a second. The universe will give you what you want, okay? If you sit there and you focus on one person, I don't care, it could be Jeffrey Dahmer, right? You can sit there and you're, oh, Jeffrey, oh, please, oh, I want Jeffrey. He's dead, obviously. But what if you did? What if you were back in the day and all of a sudden you get with him and he's really handsome, but he ends up drilling a hole in your damn head and pouring Drano in it because he's trying to turn you into a human zombie because he wasn't who you thought he was. Now that is an extreme case, but it's definitely possible. It's not outside the realm of possibility by any fucking stretch of the imagination. Seriously. When we are sitting there and we're focused on one person, we are calling them into our life. Be them good or be them bad. And sure, we're going to start seeing signs that we put in the universe of them, whether they're supposed to be there or not. Now, that's not to say that if you get signs from your twin that they're going to turn into a Jeffrey Dahmer, because that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that we need to be open and really surrender to the fact that anything is possible, and really detach from whatever ideas that are holding us back, including the person's name and face, okay? We know we're a twin flame. We know we're doing what we need to do on a spiritual level to raise our vibration so that we can create that pathway for our twin to find us, right? So let's be completely open and give it to the universe and say, thank you for my true twin and my perfect partner. Leaving the name and the face out of it. Seriously. If the name of the face name of the person you think is your twin keeps popping up, send them love. I send you love and healing, and I hope that you get everything you need to become your true full self. Done. Now, thank you for my true twin and my perfect partner, while remaining blank on the face and the name. Okay? Because we want to give love to the person that we do love. Because they might be our twin. They definitely might be. But we also want to keep that 1% open and allow the universe to make way for the right person to come into our life. So if they are not our true twin and our perfect partner for us, if they are not everything we thought we wanted in life, they will kindly step aside and the right person will step in line, okay? And a lot of us don't want to hear that. Oh, I only want mine. But I'm telling you, you don't want to get what you think you want and then end up with somebody that degrades you, takes you for granted. Okay, and I'm going to say this. As a girl who always knew she had some powers, I did a lot of manifesting when I was younger, only by using my thought, okay? I manifested some really bad boyfriends, and it was because from a distance, they looked like everything I wanted. And once I got with them, I'm telling you what, I got beaten up, I had cigarettes put out on my breast, I spent a time in a cage, I've been stabbed with some things, I've spent some time, Lifetime movie original situations. I'm serious. Nothing I would ever wish on my worst enemy. And I'm still a okay person, you know, but it's not for lack of trying. It's not for lack of the universe trying to beat me up and completely tear me down. Probably so that I wouldn't become a life coach, so that I wouldn't be helping you guys, if I had to make a guess, because I'm probably affecting a lot of people in a positive way. And I do believe in it doesn't want me to talk even. I was like, I do believe in God. I do believe in the devil. I do believe the devil does not want good things for anybody. And I do believe that God does, but that he's not going to go out of his way to lift a finger that isn't already being lifted on its own. So I feel like if you're not going to be one of those people who helps yourself, you're not going to get very much help. And the other end of the spectrum, you know, devil's got no limits onto what he's willing to do to push you to see what you are going to do, to basically make the worst parts of your human nature come out. And if I have any Luciferians watching or anything, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you. I'm just talking about bipolar opposites of energy, you know, negative and positive. The devil is a blanket term, but definitely negative and positive, and I do believe that exists. Okay, so essence, past, present, future, blessings, possibility, and unexpected gifts, synthesis. Our synthesis today is going to be inspiration. Drop your expectations and trust the flow of inspiration. So pretty much like those 3 cards, surrender, connection, and detachment we're talking about. It's time for us to drop what we think we know. Just like I asked you, even if you know, like you know, like you know, it's your true twin, say, thank you for my true twin and my perfect partner, regardless. Do not say their name. Do not see their face. When you see their face pop in your mind, send them love and healing and anything that they need to become their true self and their full self. But don't nail it to the ground that they are your true twin. As far as inspiration goes, so many of us have this life planned out, and, you know, if it doesn't go exactly as according to plan, you know, everything's going to fall apart. Oh, and I'm getting my ring sized, if you guys are wondering where it's at. It's being sized, so chill out. But if it doesn't go according to plan, you know, we just break down. Nothing's worth it anymore. Oh, my plans, I had to eat at this place, or whatever. I used to be one of those people too. I'd only get a bean and cheese burrito with extra onions every time I ever went to Taco Bell, ever in my entire life, alright? You gotta branch out sometimes. You gotta try some other things. You gotta let other people take the wheel sometimes. If we can drop our expectations of what we think is going to happen, and we just really there for the ride, and we go with the flow, oh my god, we're blessed. We get so many awesome things. We get given, you know, parts to a movie that we weren't expecting to get, because we went out to lunch with somebody that we were gonna say no to, and they brought their cousin or their uncle who's into film industry, and he just loves your face, and I'm looking at you, you know who I'm talking to, and he just loves your face, and then all of a sudden you get this really big part. you're walking down the street and you're gonna go to this cafe you always go to, but then you see one out of the corner of your eye that's just to the left and you decide to go there, and there you run into your soulmate or your twin flame. There you run into somebody that you needed closure with. You needed a lot of money and you didn't have any money, and you took a different turn, and you look down in the gutter and there's $100 bill laying there with nobody around, and now you can pay your bill. Things like that totally happen, but it's only when we drop our expectations and we truly trust the flow of inspiration. Now, another thing this card is telling me is that you coming together with your twin and your perfect partner is going to be facilitated by somebody else, meaning it's somebody else's best friend, it's somebody else's brother or sister. So again, connect with others, expand your borders, make sure that we're all connected and related. Don't say no to going out with people. Say yes, okay? Because you never know what the night is going to bring you. I think I've talked long enough. I feel like I have a whole hand crawling through my forehead right now and wiggling its fingers. Yeah. I love you all so much. I hope you like this. Please like, share, subscribe. Check out my website, thefairyshayna.com. Check me out on YouTube. I have got a ton of videos. Everything from twin flames to DIYs to product reviews for like Lush to ghost stories to, silliness and all sorts of things. So check that out. If you ever send me a paying client, it's a free reading for you, a free full reading. So thank you for everybody who shares. If you are a new client and you buy a full reading, you get a free 3-card catch up, about 2 weeks after. We're going to see how you're doing. A 3-card on its own is $45. I think we got a couple more days in May, and I still have my rosemary thing up, so if you want the rosemary candle, it's for self-healing and self-love, and basically cleansing any kind of negativity that might be on you. It comes with a talisman that will be charged with the candle and sent off with you, and it comes with a 3-card reading. That is $222. You're not going to find a deal like that again until probably next Mother's Day, so get it now while the getting's hot. And I think that's it. Alright, love you all. Bye.